In the world of global crime, cash is a liability. Heavy, dirty, and it always leaves a trail. For 30 years, Brazil's deadliest cartels fought a bloody war. Thousands dead, cities terrorized. They didn't need more soldiers. They needed a ghost. They found one in a town called Pelotas. He built a $9 billion shadow bank, turned cocaine into code. This is Operation Lusocoin. The Brazilian Federal Police officially launched Operation Lusocoin, targeting a $9 billion criminal network. Pelotas, southern Brazil, a forgotten border town so quiet, most Brazilians couldn't find it.
Everything in order?
It sits on the Uruguayan
Right,
border, so porous that cash and people cross it without any scrutiny. 2020. The world locks down. Banks tighten. International transfers freeze. The system stops cold.
During COVID, international transfers were almost impossible. The whole system just stopped.
And in Pelotas, one man sees what most law enforcement completely missed. Crypto has no borders. USDT, a digital dollar. Stable value, instant transfer, no bank, no customs. Zero questions asked.
USDT moves like an email, tight, instant, borderless. In 2020, it was almost completely unmonitored in Brazil.
The Brazilian Federal Police would later confirm what months of investigation had slowly uncovered. To understand Operation Lusocoin, you first need to understand who was paying for the service. A São Paulo prison. 1993. 8 inmates write a manifesto. 30 years later, a corporation. At its head, Marcos Williams Herbas Camacho, known simply as Marcola, a man who changed everything. The PCC is not a street gang. Under Marcola, it became a multinational corporation with an enforcement division. Marcola commands a global cocaine empire from his prison cell. Sentence: 230 years. On the other side of Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, home to the PCC's oldest and most dangerous rival, the Comando Vermelho. Born in Rio's prisons in the 70s, decades of war, thousands of dead.
Comando Vermelho built Rio's criminal world. 30 years of war with PCC, thousands dead, pure hatred.
Davidson Praça Lopes was the one man both sides trusted. The neutral banker. The invisible wall. In 2024, investigators confirmed the unthinkable. Sworn enemies sharing the same crypto laundromat. 2 criminal empires. 30 years of war and bloodshed between them. One decision united them. Pelotas became the neutral ground. The city where rivals sat on opposite sides of the same machine.
Rivals sharing the same laundromat. In 30 years investigating organized crime, I never saw anything like it.
PCC money from São Paulo, CV money from Rio, both flowing into one single point, Pelotas, Brazil. 2 sets of books, 2 criminal empires, 1 architect keeping both sides clean and profitable, $1.1 billion. 1 year, 2 sworn enemies, 1 shadow bank, business over bloodshed. Drug money arrives as physical cash, enormous, untraceable piles of it, and that is the problem. Step 1, the shell company. Drug cash enters as business revenue, on paper completely legitimate.
Shell companies are step 1. Drug cash enters as business revenue. On paper, it's completely legitimate.
Step 2, smurfing. Thousands of tiny deposits, each one below the reporting threshold. Invisible.
Each deposit stays under the reporting threshold. 1,000 transactions look like nothing. Together, they're a billion.
Then came the move that defined this operation. They didn't use Bitcoin. They built their own coin, Lusocoin, a proprietary token. sold to real investors as opportunity, used internally as a ledger.
Most launderers use Bitcoin. These guys minted their own currency. That's not desperation, that's ego.
Cleaned cash converts to USDT, stable, instant, borderless. Drug money becomes digital dollars. OTC brokers handle the final layer, each one knowing only their link. The chain stays invisible. Machine was complete. Shell companies, Smurfs, Lusocoin, USDT, brokers, Dubai. 9 billion TRM labs would later map every layer of this infrastructure. What they found shocked investigators. At the top of the chain, Dubai, a city that became the world's preferred address for untouchables. The Brazilian Federal Police confirmed it. Leadership operated remotely from Dubai. No name, no photograph. A penthouse, a laptop, and 50 billion reais flowing in from Brazil.
Dubai became the destination of choice. No extradition. Clean money buys real estate. No questions asked.
He never touched a single brick of cocaine. He only needed a laptop and an encrypted connection. Extradition from Dubai to Brazil. Legally complex. For men like this, that complexity is everything. The Dubai boss remains free, no arrest, no extradition. The ghost is still out there, still watching. But the Brazilian Federal Police had been building their case for months. Quietly, methodically. The investigation unit in Santana do Livramento in Urique, the very border region where it all began. Months of transaction mapping, shell company tracing, wallet clustering. The net was tightening. They called in TRM Labs, San Francisco Blockchain Intelligence, the best in the world at this. TRM traced thousands of wallets through layers of shell entities nobody else could have mapped. Tether, TRM Labs, Binance, 3 American platforms, 1 coordinated freeze, all at the same moment. September 24th, 2025. Pre-dawn darkness. 4 cities. Simultaneous strike. 13 warrants executed simultaneously. Doors breached. Servers seized. The machine goes dark. Davidson Prasalopes, the architect, arrested in his own office, still in front of his screens. 13 warrants, 11 arrests, 30 wallets frozen. 4.3 million USDT. Gone. The official Brazilian Federal Police announcement confirmed what the world was about to discover. But federal police weren't finished. The architect was arrested. The network was still breathing. Secondary cells of the same network were operating across São Paulo and Rio, and still moving money. January 2026.
All right, team, check
Operation
your gear.
Narco
Moving 3
Azimut.
mics.
Federal
Copy
police
that.
return.
Moving to position 1.
The sequel begins. 6 cities raided simultaneously. São Paulo, Rio, Goiânia, Búzios. The secondary network exposed. 7 arrested. $126 million seized. The architect's full network falls. Operation Narco Azimut proved Lusocoin was never one man. It was an entire criminal financial system. The shockwave from Operation Lusocoin reached all the way to the Brazilian government in Brasilia, March 2026. President Lula signs Law 15.358 into existence.
For the first time, seized crypto converts to police funding immediately. The cartel's money hunts the cartel.
Cartel's own seized crypto now funds the software and the agents actively hunting them down. Brazil rewrote its laws because of one operation, one border town, one laptop, one shadow bank. Architect is behind bars in Brazil. The monitors are gone. That unreadable expression stays. Marcola remains in maximum security, still running the PCC, 230 years on the clock, and somewhere in Dubai, the ghost watches the news. No arrest warrant, no extradition, still free. The cartels are learning, moving deeper into decentralized networks, darker, harder to trace. But the federal police are learning faster. New case files, new blockchain maps, new targets.
The blockchain is a paper trail. They know that now. The next network will be darker and harder to find.
TRM Labs is already mapping the next network. The blockchain leaves a trail. It always does. 9 billion moved. 540 million frozen. 11 arrested in Brazil. 0 in Dubai. The Brazilian federal police confirmed it publicly. The investigation is active. It is not over. 3 fates. The architect in prison. The king in his cell. The ghost in Dubai. Still watching. The blockchain is no longer a hiding place. It is a paper trail. And the hunt has already begun.